would like you to just imagine with me. I would like you to imagine children studying in an Islamic environment. And in this environment where they are safe, and the priority of that environment is to inculcate good Islamic akhlaq. Where akhlaq is something that is measured in the classroom, something that is assessed, and something that is included even in their reports. I want you to imagine with me a classroom where students are encouraged to be critical thinkers. Students are encouraged to ponder on matters and think, how does this work? You know, as parents, we find our children all the time asking us questions. Now imagine a classroom that cultures and encourages that kind of behavior. I want you to imagine with me a classroom that encourages children to be researchers and investigators, finding out theories that they read and learn in textbooks and put that into practice into the classroom. How does this work? How does a mic system work? How does the television work? And investigate that in the classroom. I want you to imagine with me a classroom where children, students, are encouraged to collaborate and work with one another, where teamwork is encouraged. Nothing can be done by one person by themselves. The setup here today was not done by one person, but when we collaborate together, we are able to bring this to fruition. I want you to imagine with me. I want you to imagine with me a classroom where students are encouraged to be communicators, to communicate effectively. They are taught how to speak and how to express themselves, how to express their emotions and their feelings. I want you to imagine with me a classroom full of students who are self-managers, who manage their education, who manage their time, who manage their behavior, knowing that this is acceptable in this setting and this is not acceptable in another setting. I want you to imagine with me children who have gone through this system for 12 years. What will the community look like in 12 years? Children who have been given all these skills in their classroom continuously for 12 years. What will this community look like in 12 years? This is our vision at Itqan Australian Academy. If we were to glimpse 50 years in the future, what we hope to see is an educated Muslim community that is inspired by their religion. The thing that drives them is the inspiration they get from their religion. Now, the big question. This is such a good idea. A Muslim community that is educated, that they're inspired, and the inspiration comes from their religion. But how do we get there? Well, at Itqan Australian Academy, InshaAllah, we're all about solutions. To every problem, there is a solution. So what is the solution to getting us to this outcome that we are working towards? Our solution, we have named it as the Muslim Toolbox. A Muslim Toolbox is a toolbox that carries a set of tools that we hope that each child will leave the school by. Don't worry, we will not be giving the children spanners and screwdrivers as graduation presents for them to leave the school, but it's something different. The first tool in our Muslim toolbox is good akhlaq. There is nothing more important after Tawheed and accomplishing the fara'id of Islam other than good akhlaq. Someone can be at the toppest rank in a particular office. Someone can be blessed with so much wealth. But if this person does not have a good akhlaq, it really does not matter. People will distance themselves from this person. But someone who we might seem or assume is someone who is low, but someone with good akhlaq, this person, you will find people drawing towards him. Our inspiration is from our religion. And Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala has already told us in the Quran, describing the Prophet sallallahu alaihi wasallam as, and indeed, you are of great moral character. There is no need for textbooks to find out what are good characters. We already have in our history a living example of the best character. Now imagine we meet that classroom where studying the life of the Prophet ﷺ becomes a priority. To understand the character of the Prophet. How did he deal with his wife? How was he as a statesman? How was he as a leader? How was he as a governor? The second toolbox, the second tool in the Muslim toolbox is logical thinking. We want, InshaAllah, with the children after they have graduated and completed with us, that they become logical and creative thinking. There are so many issues and problems in the world, but everything has a solution. And all it requires is for us to sit down and ponder and think, what can be the solution? And reflect on the fadl that Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala has blessed us with. And again, our inspiration comes from our religion. Where Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, we see in the Quran, has asked, أَفَلَا يَتَدَبَّرُونَ? Do they not contemplate? Do they not reflect? So reflection and contemplation is something encouraged in our religion. The third tool in our Muslim toolbox is researchers. Children they learn by inquiry. We want to focus on inquiry-based learning. The best way to learn is not where you are taught a theory and accept that, but where you inquire and find out for yourselves. We find even animals do the same thing, where they smell and touch. Inquiry-based learning, where our students are natural inquirers, natural researchers. And then again, our inspiration comes from our religion, where Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala tells us that if you don't know, ask the people of knowledge. No one is born knowing everything, but through asking is when we gain knowledge. Asking a question is not a sign of ignorance. Rather, it's a sign of someone who is a researcher and an inquirer. The fourth tool in the Muslim toolbox, collaborators. Working together. Working in a situation of a team environment. Understanding that people see things from a different perspective. Understanding that someone else might have an opinion different to what your opinion is, but willing to listen to this person and take in their thoughts and their opinion. Our inspiration comes from our religion, where Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala has asked us to join hands and come together in righteousness and piety, but not to come together, not to cooperate in sin and aggression. The next tool that InshaAllah we hope our children will be graduating with with that Muslim toolbox is clear communicators, where they can communicate effectively and also express themselves. How many times are children shunned down and told, you're just a child, you don't know what this means? How many times things are being discussed in the house and children are brushed away thinking they are just a child, not being nurtured of how to express themselves. Then we find adults who have grown up and not able to express themselves. Something is troubling them at work, but they don't know how to express it. They don't know how to stand up for their rights. We need this in our classroom. We need to nurture our children with this. We need the Muslim toolbox. And finally, the last tool that we hope our students will be graduating with are self-managers. Able to manage their own learning as they venture into university, able to manage their own behavior where their parents are not around. And we too know managing of our time and managing of our behavior is a great thing, because we too may wear many hats. Most of us are parents, and at the same time we might be a husband or a wife, and at the same time we might be a teacher, a community leader, someone with a particular role in our offices. So managing our time and responsibility is a skill that InshaAllah we hope to bring in our students.
Is the base of the faith and the fast and the prayer, the pilgrimage and charity. To make the testimony is the base of the faith and the fast and the prayer, the pilgrimage and charity.